Replicon Radio is brought to you in part by Lex the Hexmaster and the Shadow Army. What up, y'all? We're back. We're live. We're here.
What up?
We're up on YouTube again.
We're back, motherfucker.
If you missed it, we just had like a 2-hour conversation with Blaze Your Dead Homie, and it was super dope. Make sure you guys peep the replay on all streaming platforms or on the YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
That was dope that he shouted out
yeah.
Lex at the end. He knows Lex is the sponsor of the show, and they got that. Remember, I forgot that he even talked about that last time. Cold Ones. It's them together. How could I forget? I forgot.
I don't know how you did that.
I forget stuff. There's so much stuff happening, it's easy to forget some of it.
Well, you did not forget.
But yeah, man, shout out to our sponsor, Lex the Hexmaster, for sure.
And the Shadow Army.
Make sure you go peep out his new single that dropped a couple weeks ago, and subscribe to his brand new YouTube page.
That's right.
We don't have a lot of time.
Tickets.
And we missed it last week because we ran out of time. So we're gonna hop on into it. This week in history. Let's hear what we got.
I don't know. Do you want me to recap last week, or do you just want me to do this week?
Just this week.
Just this
we
week?
don't have time for last week.
Last week's just never happened.
Never happened.
That's old news.
Yeah.
Blaze is already live on Facebook.
Yeah. Well, let's see. This week in history, January 25th, 1980, Paul McCartney is released from a Tokyo jail and deported immediately from Japan after spending 9 days in a Tokyo narcotics detention center, having nearly a half a pound of marijuana in his baggage upon arrival at the airport of Narita, I believe. McCartney was returning to Japan for the first time since his tour with the Beatles back in 1966, and he was set to do an 11-city concert tour with his current band at the time, Wings. And due to his incredible stardom, the Japanese authorities, despite being known for the rigorous enforcement of the strict anti-drug laws, they were kind of forced to just let him out of jail and get him the fuck out of there as soon as possible, because there was, hordes of fans coming outside the jailhouse and like screaming, and he was making sing-alongs in the jail itself and all that stuff. But he was quoted in a later article, I think in 2004. That he's like, yeah, we were flying to Japan and I knew we wouldn't be able to get anything to smoke there, so so I brought it. It's like the stuff was too good to flush down the toilet, so I thought I'd take it with me.
Damn.
Because for many years people were like, what the fuck were you thinking, dude? Because Japan is known for very strict anti-drug laws, and like especially bringing the drugs
I don't even think I knew Paul McCartney smoked pot.
I mean, coming from the guy that says they're bigger than Jesus, or coming from the band that thought they were bigger than Jesus at one point.
You would think they'd be able to take pot to China.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't in the
You
Beatles
would think
anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was 1980.
Nobody cared about the Wings. Sorry,
Yeah.
Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
If it was the Beatles,
tracks,
I know, but I'm saying they weren't the Beatles. If that was the Beatles, they probably.
No, but at that time, everybody knew who Paul McCartney was, and he was huge.
Well, that's why he got off without a trial. Like
that's why he thought he could get away with it.
Yeah,
but if he was the Beatles, he would have got away with it.
Oh yeah.
Nobody would have even checked. Nobody would have touched them or even known they had anything.
Yeah.
They had a fucking entourage around them.
Oh yeah, but that's why they let him out, because there was, it was causing social disruption of the justice system, and they, even though they didn't want to do a catch-22, or they were like, well, get the fuck out of here, and he didn't even have a trial for it, so he just got a slap on the wrist for 9 days, and they told him to get the fuck out of there.
And now it's legal.
Well, I'm sure they were about ready to riot through the fucking jail if they didn't let him go.
Yeah.
That has a lot to do with okay, well, we just need to let this motherfucker go.
Say you want a revolution.
Yep.
Well, I brought pot.
Yeah.
To China. Fuck you.
Well, let's see. Moving on. January 26th to 2020.
Hey, did you know I told you this before we started, because I said it'd be a cool thing to add, but I'm going to say it to everyone else. Today in music history, Alice in Chains released the Jars of Flies album.
Look at that.
Which is a classic album.
I might add that to it if it's a quick Google search.
Yeah.
I spent too much time on this shit already.
Saw it and I was like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah. But 1 year ago, Tuesday, January 26, 2020, is we lost the massive basketball star Kobe Bryant. and his daughter Gianna Bryant in
oh damn, that's a year tomorrow.
a year tomorrow.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Can't
Him,
talk bad about that.
him,
Rest in
his
peace.
daughter, and 7 other people lost their lives in a helicopter accident. Let's see, where was it? I have it somewhere in there. But in the Thousand Oaks Hills of California, I believe it was. Yeah, due to pilot error and foggy conditions. There was other pilots that spoke out about the conditions that pilot was flying in, and they were like,
That's what they came to claim it was?
Yeah,
they were told not to fly that day.
Yeah,
I mean, clearly they were told not to fly because of the foggy conditions, but...
Yeah. Well, that was what it came down to be, is that, like...
So basically the pilot said, fuck that, we're flying, and I'm going to kill you guys.
Well, the pilot, he was a very well-decorated pilot who had flown in very bad weather before, and it was just foggy, like...
It wasn't too good then, was
But,
it?
well, I mean, it only takes one time, you know?
That's all you got.
You only got to hit a mountain one time, and
That's it.
that's it. That's it. That's all you get. But, let's see. For those that didn't know, Bryant was, had a very distinguished NBA basketball career. I believe it was 20 years.
That dude sucked.
He sucked by winning 5 NBA championships,
Yes.
the 2008 MVP award.
Yeah.
He made the All-Star team in 15 of his 20 seasons that he played with the Los
He
Angeles
was a
Lakers.
good dude from
Told
my
you
understanding.
Told you
Minus
wasn't
out one
any
little
good.
imperfection on his his past.
No,
Yeah.
that dude was a fucking badass basketball player, man.
He was a badass basketball player, and he had a
and he was-
great history.
He was a good dude overall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He had one little blemish.
Him,
He had one little blemish, but other than that,
tragic. Rest in peace.
Yep.
1 year. Damn.
Mm,
I remember everybody was talking about, well, at least they missed out on Corona.
that is true.
Like they got him out before they had to deal with that.
Fuck, you take Kobe and give us COVID, huh? That's a good trade.
Well, I guess he was the only one deserving of not getting it.
I guess.
Everyone needs to do better. Practice.
Yeah.
Practice doing better.
I'm real talking shit. I just thought it was funny.
All right.
What else we
Well,
got?
R.I.P. Kobe.
Let's see. January 30th, 1972.
I figured you'd go in order and not like skip around.
I go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, if you want me to do chronological order, it'd be a little bit more difficult. It'd be like, oh, well, Monday in history, Tuesday, Thursday in history, Friday, Sunday, back to Wednesday.
You are going in order, though, right?
I'm going Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, the day was.
That's
yeah.
order, though, right?
Yeah,
It is
he's
an
talking.
order,
He
yeah.
wants me to do it by year.
Well, yeah, because we're not even saying what day.
Oh, yeah.
I am
No,
saying.
you said-
I'm
yeah.
saying January 30th, 1972.
Okay, yeah, then never mind.
I could put down there Wednesday.
So that means
This motherfucker fucking me up, bro.
Well, that would
you
be
read
the-
the chat. I ain't even.
well, that would be the
gonna say
no,
27th,
I
right?
don't. I don't read the chat.
that. Yeah, don't.
so nothing happened on the 27th, 28th, and 29th.
Paul, read the chat.
Is what you're saying.
Well, according the 28th. Hold on. Let's see.
Today's
No,
the
25th. 20.
Tomorrow's the 26th.
Yeah. Oops, there it is.
So where's the 27th?
Yeah, you skipped.
I skipped it. January 27th.
Yeah.
Now you
19.
see where my question came into play.
Doesn't say, well, yeah, when he said the date again, I was like, no, you do go in order.
No.
So that's why I was like, okay, so nothing
Nah,
happened.
these
those two.
are all written
We
weird.
skipped a page.
Well, I mean, this one brings it down, but January 27th, 1945, the Nazi concentration camp Auschwitz is officially liberated.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I could go into full fucking detail about that if you would like to learn, but,
That whole page is that?
Mhm.
Holy shit.
I mean, they don't teach history.
I feel
in
like you would
schools
like.
anymore.
I feel like you would like to if you wrote a whole page about it.
Well, let's see.
Can you stand up in front of the class and read your essay?
Yeah. Let's see. The Nazi concentration
12
camp Auschwitz is liberated by Soviet troops in Auschwitz, Poland. Despite Warsaw and Krakow having been just recently liberated, the world was shocked and mortified having learned of the true depths of horrors that were happening at Auschwitz. It was actually not just one single area. It was a group of camps that were designated 1, 2, and 3, as well as 40 smaller satellite camps. It was at Auschwitz that Birkenau, I don't know how to fucking pronounce that, where the SS established in October 1941, where the killing grounds were, where most of the horrific events took place. They had 300 prison barracks, 4 bathhouses, which is where mass amounts of prisoners were marched in.
Were they bathhouses or were they gas houses?
Well, they were told they were shower houses. They told the prisoners to go in there, strip down. You have shower heads, and they would fit 200-300 of them in a building, and then they would gas them through the shower heads. So it was they were dubbed bathhouses, but they were just gas chambers.
Jesus.
Let's see. Moving on.
Speaking of that, have you ever seen the movie?
Fuck that shit.
You ever seen the movie with what is it? The little boy in the striped pajamas.
The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. Yes, I have.
That's a damn good fucking movie.
It is a really good movie.
You want to talk about
is
a movie
it about that?
It kind of, yeah.
It's about a boy that's the son of a SS officer that runs a concentration camp.
Yeah,
one of these.
It's a damn good movie. You want to talk about a tearjerker, man? That motherfucker gonna make you shed a tear.
Yeah. But
hearing this shit's sad.
But
I know it happened, but then having to hear about it.
But they also had corpse cellars where they kept the bodies, and then they had the crematoriums. Where they burned all of them and the personal effects as well, and that's where they did a lot of the.
You're right. Your history is dark.
That's fucking the world for you, okay? I mean, if you want me to look up Rosie history, I can.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
This week in Rosie history.
Week in Rosie history, thousands of people were tortured at the hands of a doctor.
No. Rosie O'Donnell came out of the closet today. I mean, what the hell is Rosie fucking?
Fast forwarding it, that basically they went on a murder spree to try to get rid of everybody, get rid of the evidence, knowing that the Red Army was coming. But 7,000 of them survived. But I mean, they were starving, but they came up over 648 corpses. And also, here's a little fact for you. I would say fun fact, but it's not fun fact. That it was estimated that just at Auschwitz alone, that there was, it's a controversial number, but it is accepted that either 1.9 or 2 million people were killed at just this collection of camps alone. Jesus. Which would make it to where they had to kill 1,400 people a day. So, yeah, there's that one.
That's it though. Only
fun fact.
You're
right.
Yeah, fun fact.
I mean, I say that's it. I mean, 1,400 people is a lot of people. Yeah. That's all they killed today was 1,400.
Just at that one camp.
I feel like I would have a hard time doing that.
Yeah. Well,
you wouldn't if you were.
I mean, if you're putting them into a giant building and turning the gas on.
Well, if you were brainwashed that way, it wouldn't bother you as a Nazi soldier. And if you were raised that way as a Jew, you wouldn't know any better.
Fuck all this. All right,
because you're told just like our government today.
Can we get to positive day in history?
Tells you they're going to do all these good things. Well, that's what was happening back then. That they're going to do all these.
Well,
good
I'll skip
things.
around to get to the positive day.
Then that's
do you have positives?
I do have a positive.
There's something positive?
January 31st, 1865, the U.S. House of Representatives passed the 13th Amendment to the Constitution, which is abolishing slavery in America.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know Democrats were the first ones to own slaves?
Democrats also were part of the reason why it got shot down once before, 2 times prior, after the Emancipation Proclamation, which I did not know. The Emancipation Proclamation was stated 3 years earlier during the Civil War, which basically President Lincoln came in and said, all right, you 7 states are going to secede from the Union and you're going to fight us. So guess what? I'm going to free all your fucking slaves. He didn't free the slaves in the Union states bordering those states. He freed the ones that were in the Confederate states. And so that means that anytime the Union Army would come in and free any towns or anything like that, they would keep the slaves, but they wouldn't return them to the slave owners. So technically, it wasn't freeing slavery with the Emancipation Proclamation, but 3 years later, it finally got passed in the House of Representatives. But here's a little fun fact for the conspiracy, but it's actually proven fact, that it came with one giant loophole, and that is anybody that is imprisoned and convicted of crimes is still subject to involuntary servitude, which still holds true to this day, which brought along the prison boom right after that, where they started coming up with these extremely vague laws in order to put African American people into prisons so they can still, quote unquote, use them as slaves, which is still being done today. I mean, it's a longer reason today. I mean, of history, decades of bad upbringings and stuff like that. But
how are they using them today as slaves?
They
in the prison system.
I mean,
so without doing a crime, they go to prison.
No, it's the way that the system is set up.
That's everybody in prison.
We don't have enough time to go over that in detail of how it's still being implemented today.
I'm just saying, though, that's just not with black folks.
It's with everybody.
It's
with everybody.
System.
But I mean, per capita,
that's how they make money in there.
Exactly,
they do work.
But that's why the prison systems are so fucked.
So
it's for everybody.
All slaves out here too, because we go to work to make money to pay for our shit that we want.
Yeah, but we get paid for that. They don't. They get paid a nickel. They get paid a nickel a day or something.
Yeah, they still get paid though.
Yeah, no,
well,
that's forced labor.
Little boy or a good little girl while you was out here in the free.
So
world.
You're for the sweat camps over in the holes in the walls in China where they make 3-year-olds fucking make phones and shoes?
No, what I just said was then they should have been good little boys and girls while they're out here in the free world and not fucked up.
Yeah, but you totally skimmed over the part where I was like, that gets into deeper physiology of like there's been really bad upbringings for a lot of people.
We weren't
there's
talking
a lot
about our states. We weren't talking about overseas.
How did you go back to that?
You just said that.
I said that, and then you went back to the states, and then I went back to the states. I said because you were like, oh, they should have been good little girls, and they get paid.
And then you went
they get
overseas.
Paid. Yeah, because you were like, well, they get paid, so that's fine.
And yes, little.
And I said, in that theory,
and yes, sweatshops back over in fucking China or whatever, teaching kids responsibilities on how to work, and they still get paid.
Okay,
just like kids go to school and get an education, they're getting paid with education, so they learn how to do things out in the real world.
Well, I'm glad that you think it's okay to work a fucking 5-year-old 15 hours a day and pay him $1 a week.
They're not 5 years old because they're not comprehensive at 5 years old.
It's easy. All you got to do is go, hey, put this here and go that, and that's it. That's why they have 400 of them in a room.
5-year-old kids don't listen.
American 5-year-old kids. We're fucking stupid over here.
Any
they got 5-year-olds in India doing fucking trigonometry that I wouldn't even be able to dream about doing.
And now you know why they're working now? Because they're fucking smart.
They're not sweatshops. Well, I'm sure there is sweatshops in India.
There's sweatshops all over.
Yeah. But, it just glosses over the whole, the loophole.
I think it teaches them fucking responsibilities.
Jesus Christ.
To many factors to it. Many factors to it.
I don't know when you decided to be a troll, but I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Too bad.
It's terrible.
Hey, you know what? Welcome to the old me, bro. Because that's what's
you were never
out.
A troll. You've never been a troll.
He's been quiet for far too long.
But I've always talked shit, though, haven't I?
Talking shit's not it's different than the straight up.
No, see, back then we didn't know what the fuck trolling was, and that's what it was talking shit to get people riled up.
I guess.
No different than today versus yesterday. All right, what else we got?
We're just going to bounce around to the happy stories. The January 28th, 1985, 45 of the 80s biggest stars came together to record We Are the World.
Hell yeah.
An attempt to help raise money for the African Famine Relief Fund.
We are the world.
Yeah.
We are the children.
Mm-hmm.
We are the ones to make a brighter day, so let's start giving.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, bro. There's a choice we're making, and we're saving our own lives.
You're going to get us fucking demonetized.
Just you and me.
Well, the record would eventually go on to sell more than 7 million copies and raise over $60 million for the relief effort.
Fuck yeah.
Let's see. I was curious as to what was why, because I mean you had the Do They Know It's Christmas that was done by the British Irish Band Aid just prior to that, which sparked this up, and I was like, why was there such a boost of African famine relief fund, and I kind of did a little research on it, and it's like, they suffered, the continent itself suffered more than 20 years of droughts, and then they had
that's a lot,
numerous conflicts, which had led to mass amounts of famine, and it wound up killing several million people. Because especially in like Ethiopia and I think in Uganda as well, and the entire economy was like collapsed. Like I think there's 36 countries over there, and all of them were fucked. Every single one of them was in crippling debt. So,
fuck comments got me rolling.
Go ahead.
One, Grape Joe.
All of them, really. I just bounced over and I seen Joe and I was like, this motherfucker.
Who said they put air conditioning in sweatshops? It wouldn't be sweatshops.
That is true. That is true. But yeah, many
simple solutions for big problems.
Right.
Yeah.
So since they made that song, Africa now has water.
Some. Yeah. There's a lot.
I'm pretty sure Africa's always
Don't get me wrong,
had
I'm
water.
one of the biggest fans of Michael Jackson in the world, but I mean, how did he put water in Africa?
I don't know, but we just ran out of time.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Discuss that next
How so?
They've always had water.
But he said they had a 20-year drought, which is why they had famine.
Because they didn't dig.
Which is why they had to raise money.
They didn't dig.
So
it was several areas of drought over the span of 20 years. It wasn't like the whole continent didn't have fucking water. There was mass areas that suffered droughts throughout a 20-year time span.
We are the world. We are the children that they were speaking about in that song.
Sure.
Were we?
You got the water.
That's an ice cube.
You got the frozen water. You got the sweatshop water.
That's how they got water.
Yeah.
They froze it here.
Threw it at them.
Then shipped it over there.
Yep.
Dropped it off.
Sent it off with a big fucking
they ran it through a sweatshop
slingshot.
first.
Yep.
Yeah, they slingshotted ice cubes through a sweatshop and then became water, and then
But we are
out of time.
They were the world, and we are the children that they were speaking of. We're the ones that are supposed to make a brighter day, and we're fucking
Hey
up.
man, not to bust your bubble, but Akon been doing work over there like that too, so it wasn't just Michael doing it.
Akon was one of the children they were singing about when that came out. He was a teenager.
He was a convict.
He was a teenager. He might have been a convict.
He was a convict.
Yeah, he was locked up.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, we're out of time. Go check out the Blaze Your Dead homie interview. Tune in next week. We'll be back Monday night, 6 to 10 p.m.
I'll try to have
Central.
happier stories for you fuckheads later.
Happier history. We got the homeboy Easy 606 hanging out with us next Monday. We're gonna talk about some new shit.
Yeah.
And don't forget ABK on the 8th. So you got 2 announcements tonight.
It's gonna be easy next week.
Easy like Sunday morning. We're just gonna sing. I think we should just start singing everything.
Easy like Sunday morning.
That's all right. YouTube, we love you. Much love. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe. Don't miss out. More things dropping. Food reviews, daily dinos, interviews. Much love. Hang
Next
out
week.
for a couple minutes.
Love you.